Video is actually gonna be different than my regular content. There is some readings that I want to do for some people, but I kind of want to get this done because it's like heavily on my mind and my body and my soul, if even. So does anybody from the 80s or 90s and the early 2000s remember a program that they were in? Now most of us don't even know what the program was called. Our parents were just told that we were in a rather special program, or we just get pulled aside. But I had no memory of this program until now. So a lot of people are calling this the GATE program, or numerous of different programs, and I want to explain how mine went. By all means, this was in the 90s, and this started when I was in first grade. So me and my family, we lived across the street from the school I was going to at that time. It's also right by a church. In the school, I was thrown around many classrooms. One year, I was in the classroom like way in the back of the school by the playground. But then sometime during the year, they switched me to a different class. Now, however, I didn't know what this class was called. I didn't know if there was a name or anything. But what I can remember is there was only like 12 people, 12 or 15 or so just like a handful of people in this class. And there was only like 2 bookshelves. There was no windows in this class. It was just like blue, like dark blue. It was like one chalkboard or marker board or whatever you call that. We had one teacher and 2 other men in this class, but they didn't look like they worked there. Now, I didn't have no recollection, or I didn't think too much into this until like now, where it just kind of triggered these suppressed emotions and thoughts from what happened. This is going to be a side note from this story. Now, there is other reports from other people saying depending on what state you lived in at those times, they're going through a similar program. We had similarity. However, they had differences, like rather speech differences or intuition tests or something like that. So I think it is different from what state you were in, but still carrying some similarities. So what I could remember, back to the main story, from what I can remember, every day this man would come to the class, or he was there, I'm not too sure. He would have a briefcase in his hand, and in briefcase, when he put it on the table and he opened it, there was a recorder in the briefcase. There was gray headphones attached to these recorders, and each of us, I think it was around 6 at a time, we wear these gray headphones. I listened to the recording now, and it made me kind of start having like a trauma response. But I remember some of it was like frequency, like raise your hand or if you hear this frequency. But also we had this weird voice come out of it, and it was normally in the right ear at first. But this voice was really creepy. To a kid anyways, this was very creepy. Then afterwards they would give us puzzles to solve. Like it would be puzzles. Like they would dump out these colors in front of you, like little cubes and squares and stuff, and see if you can put them together. Or I guess when you put them together, it made this shape, or it made this thing. I can't remember that. I just remember the color, like triangles, And then they would have you play these weird games on like computers, or like I remember board games. Also writing tests. They were like weird writing tests. It had nothing to do with our intellect at all, even though that's what we were told. It also, on the sheets, they were asking us weird questions, like what would you do in this situation and how would you do it. And then in my class, numerous estates had it different. They had it different, but we had story time. Remember, I think there was only 2 bookshelves in here, but we would have story time. Mainly the stories that were told were like, not scary stories, but they were creepy stories. I don't know, like stories to get our imagination going kind of thing. Also, if you were in a program like this, please comment down below and let me know what happened to you, and if you were in a different state, and if different things happened for you. But people are calling it the GATE program now. Again, I wasn't sure what it was called, but then it like I excelled in it, and then it got kind of weird, and then it carried on into like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and 5th grade. If you want to hear those stories, like, comment down below. I really want to hear how people coped with this. And again, I had no recollection. It was vivid recollection until I saw videos about this, and then I saw images about the drink and the headphones and the voices, and it started coming back to me so often, so where like my body would start responding to it. Like I'll start twitching, or I'll start itching or something like that. But yeah, let me know down below if you would like me to continue with these stories that I have, or if you have your own story, please tell me, because I don't know what happened to these other kids in these other states, and I would like to know. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. It's getting kind of long, and I kind of want to do some more research about this. There are readings that I want to do for people, but I kind of wanted to make this video because I saw things about it and started bringing things back for me, and I wanted to get it off my chest, because I am kind of awkward and neurodivergent, so I wanted to see how many people have the same thing going on. Anyways, yeah, I just follow, like the video if you liked it, give me a comment, let me know your experience. The experience that I had was just weird, and then there was some other stuff going on at that time. So if you would like to hear my other stories and what was going on at that time, please leave a comment, and let's try to push this video, because I want to see how many other kids have similar stories. And usually they're like 80s or 90s, maybe early 2000s. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.